Prague is the capital and Republic, and the historical capital of Bohemia. On the Vltava River, Prague is home to about 1.3 million people. The city has a temperate oceanic climate, with relatively warm summers and chilly winters. Prague is a political, cultural, and economic hub of Central Europe, with a rich history in Romanesque, Gothic, Renaissance and Baroque architecture. It was the capital of the Kingdom of Bohemia and residence of several Holy Roman emperors, most notably Charles IV, r. 1346 to 1378. It was an important city to the Habsburg monarchy and Austro-Hungarian Empire. The city played major roles in the Bohemian and the Protestant Reformations, the 30 Years' War and 20th century history as the capital of Czechoslovakia between the world wars and the post-war communist era. Prague is home to a number of well-known cultural attractions, many of which survived the violence and destruction of 20th century Europe. Main attractions include Prague Castle, Charles Bridge, Old Town Square with the Prague Astronomical Clock, the Jewish Quarter, Patron Hill and Vyšehrad. Since 1992, the historic center of Prague has been included in the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites. The city has more than 10 major museums, along with numerous theaters, galleries, cinemas, and other historical exhibits. An extensive modern public transportation system connects the city. It is home to a wide range of public and private schools, including Charles University in Prague, the oldest university in Central Europe. Prague is classified as an Alpha Global City according to GODWC studies. In 2019, the city was ranked as 69th most livable city in the world by Mercer. In the same year, the PIXA Index ranked the city as 13th most livable city in the world. Its rich history makes it a popular tourist destination, and as of 2017, the city receives more than 8.5 million international visitors annually. In 2017, Prague was listed as the 5th most visited European city after London, Paris, Rome, and Istanbul. The Czech name Praha is derived from an Old Slavic word, pra, which means ford or rapid, referring to the city's origin at a crossing point of the Vltava River. The same etymology is associated with the Praga district of Warsaw. Another view to the origin of name is also related to the Czech word pra, with the meaning of a threshold, and a legendary etymology connects the name of the city with Princess Labus, prophetess and a wife of mythical founder of the Přemyslid dynasty. She is said to have ordered the city to be built where a man hews a threshold of his house. The Czech pra might thus be understood to refer to rapids or fords in the river, the edge of which could have acted as a means of fording the river, thus providing a threshold to the castle. Another derivation of the name from napres, the original term for the shale hillside rock upon which the original castle was built. At that time, the castle was surrounded by forest, covering the 9 hills of the future city, the old town on the opposite side of the river, as well as the lesser town beneath the existing castle, appeared only later. The English spelling of the city's name is borrowed from French. In the 19th and early 20th centuries it was pronounced in English to rhyme with vague. It was so pronounced by Lady Diana Cooper, born 1892, on Desert Island Discs in 1969, and it is written to rhyme with vague in a verse of The Beleaguered City by Longfellow, 1839, and also in the limerick There Was an Old Lady of Prague by Edward Lear, 1846. Prague is also called the City of 100 Spires, based on a count by 19th century mathematician Bernard Bolzano. Today's count is estimated by the Prague Information Service at 500. Nicknames for Prague have also included the Golden City, the Mother of Cities in the heart of Europe. The region was settled as early as the Paleolithic Age. Jewish chronicler David Solomon Gans, citing Syricus Spangenberg, claimed that the city was founded as Bohemond circa 1306 BC by an ancient king, Boya. Around the 5th and 4th century BC, a Celtic tribe appeared in the area, later establishing settlements including in Epidum and Zavist, a present-day suburb of Prague, and naming the region of Bohemia, which means home of the Boy people. In the last century BC, the Celts were slowly driven away by Germanic tribes, Marcomanni, Quadi, Lombards and possibly the Suebi, leading some to place the seat of the Marcomanni king, Maroboduus, in southern Prague in the suburb now called Zavist. Around the area where present-day Prague stands, the 2nd century map drawn by Ptolemaios mentioned a Germanic city called Cassargus. In the late 5th century AD, during the Great Migration period following the collapse of the Western Roman Empire, the Germanic tribes living in Bohemia moved westwards and, probably in the 6th century, the Slavic tribes, Veneti, settled the central Bohemian region. In the following 3 centuries, The Czech tribes built several fortified settlements in the area, most notably in the Sarka Valley, Budovice and Levy Roditz. The construction of what came to be known as Prague Castle began near the end of the 9th century, expanding a fortified settlement that had existed on the site since the year 800. The first masonry under Prague Castle dates from the year 885 at the latest. The other prominent Prague fort, the Přemyslid Fort Vyšehrad, was founded in the 10th century, some 70 years later than Prague Castle. Prague Castle is dominated by the cathedral, which began construction in 1344, but wasn't completed until the 20th century.